The Charleston, the big dance in the 1920s, it originated on the plantation. People don't know that. They take it away from us. But the Charleston was a dance that was invented and inspired by African Americans in the United States. Notable performances. Who's ever heard of this? This is a person that she's lost to history, but her name was Ciceretta Jones. And she was who's heard? You've heard of her? Ciceretta Jones. She was called the Black Patty, and she went around the country touring the United States. She was the Beyonce of her day. She was the most popular Negro performer of the 1890s. But Black Patty, she had a troupe that toured Buckingham Palace, and she performed before 4 United States presidents: Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley. But notable about that, she had to enter the back door of the White House. But she still held her head up high. Now, when Theodore Roosevelt came along, she was allowed to go through the front door of the White House. Her name was Ciceretta Jones, or the Black Patty. Also, another famous event African Americans was happened in 1939 with contralto Marian Anderson. Now, she was considered the greatest contralto of her generation. But, yes, she was. Yes, ma'am. Yes, she was. But they didn't want her to sing at Constitution Hall. They didn't want her to go there because of this. They didn't want her to do that. But Eleanor Roosevelt, the first lady at the time, she insisted that she perform in Washington, D.C. So instead of performing at Constitution Hall, that could only seat a few thousand people, she had to perform in front of the Lincoln Memorial, which held thousands of people. And Marian Anderson sing before thousands of people. And they came to see, not just black people came to see her, everybody came to see hear Marian Anderson sing at the White House, at Constitution Hall in front of the Lincoln Memorial. So that's just a part of what African Americans do in the arts. And that's what my company does, Vincent Victoria Presents. We specialize in recreating historical moments on stage. And our next show is called the Divas Ball. And I see a lot of divas out there. But everybody, you can be a diva at home, you can be a diva at work, you can be a diva on the stage. A diva is not, I don't want everybody to think that diva is a bad connotation. Diva is good. We need divas. Divas run things. You know that? Divas set the tone on fashion and style and in music. So that is what our next show is about. And what we like to do is highlight some of the people that have been forgotten in history, like Ciceretta Jones. Who else? We're doing Josephine Baker is in the show. We're doing Leontine Price. Who else? Miss B? Florence Ballard. I have to think about Florence Ballard. Nell Carter. Even though Nell Carter is relatively recent, she's forgotten. People don't talk about Nell Carter anymore. We really don't. She was a genius performer, a well-respected performer, gone too soon. And a musician. Ray Charles. David Ruffin.
Yeah, we got local artists that have at the time to learn those parts, to bring that to the stage. Now I'm extremely proud. My name is Teresa Bowman. Everybody calls me Miss B. And I'm the production manager. Vincent and I are a team to make it come to the stage. And we love it.
Yes, most definitely. And when she mentioned David Ruffin and Ray Charles, so they're female, but not just all divas. We had some male divas too. Luther Vandross, and so that's what we'll want to invite you to come to see the Divas Ball opening March 15th, and it's going to be at the Match, 3400 Main Street. It's we have flyers for you all as well. So at the Match, March 15th through the 17th, Friday and Saturday is going to be 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday as well is going to be at 3 p.m. That's at the Match. But when we come to our home theater, the Midtown Arts Center, where you guys saw us and you saw the play, the Slave Narratives, we're going to be there Thursday night at 8 o'clock, Friday night 8 o'clock, Saturday at 8 o'clock, and Sunday at 3 p.m. It's called the Divas Ball, and it's a wonderful celebration of African American divas of the past. Their history is so important. How they struggled to become a diva. They weren't born divas. They weren't born with a diva microphone in their mouth. They had to struggle to fight. Ethel Waters is somebody I forgot. Ethel Waters is a person that I forgot. Mahalia Jackson, we're doing her as well. And so we have some wonderful singers that are portraying these people. Phyllis Hyman, someone portraying Phyllis Hyman. So yes, we don't want the young people to forget these people. We want them to know about them because they're trying to erase our history and erase our accomplishments from American history. So that's what we do at Vincent Victoria Presents. I know you heard of the ensemble. I started at the ensemble. I had an internship at the ensemble many years ago. Not that many years ago. But that's where I started. That's why I started learning my craft. But then I started writing my own shows. We're going to be doing the first feature film on Hattie McDaniel in the spring. There have been documentaries about Hattie McDaniel, but we got a grant this past 2 months ago to do a film on Hattie McDaniel, the first African American to win an Academy Award. So that's what we'll be doing in May. So look out for that, and that will be premiering in October here on the anniversary of her death. So I just want to encourage you and to come out to Vincent Victoria and see some of our work, because we do good work. We pride ourselves on doing excellent work. Even though we have a small budget, we require and demand excellence of our actors and our team at our production company. So if you have any questions about us, you feel free to ask about either the performers or any past performances that we've done. Does anybody have any questions?
You have a website?
We do have a website, yes sir, we do. VincentVictoriaPresents.com, and it's on the flyers that we have. But you can look, we're on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. We have a presence on all of those social media platforms. We did when I first started writing, I used to write a lot of urban fantasy to cater to more to a younger crowd. But then I decided there was a need for historical plays to be presented because people are not doing those shows a lot anymore, and people need to hear about those topics and subjects, even though that form of entertainment there's a place for that. But history, there's always a place for historical shows. So I want to thank you everyone for inviting the brothers for inviting me to come to see the show. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Do you have room for interns or volunteers? Do you need interns?
Yes, definitely we do.
Yes.
So if you talk to Miss V over there before we leave, we need volunteers. We do, because it's usually just she and I at the box office, working the box office, doing it by ourselves. So we definitely need volunteers to help us, see our vision forward.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So how can you see some of the films that you have already produced?
Sure. So the latest film, The Color Folks Good Time Hour, is still on the festival circuit because they have strict rules about it. So I can't have it shown, and why if it's been shown there, they won't accept it in the festival. So I still have a couple of festivals that I'm still entered in. So once that is out, you will be able to see the Color Folks Good Time Hour and Block Cherie. But both of those, yes ma'am.
What about books at the library? You have anything you could?
At the library, I don't, but I do have two of my plays have been published. The show about Booker T. Washington, Mr. Booker T. at the Door, that is a published play. And if you key it online, you can find that play. And also my play Dream Girl Deferred, about Florence Ballard of the Supremes, the original founder of the Supremes. You can find that play published as well. So yes, you can find them. You can. Yes, ma'am.
One more thing. I'm a Hampton University alum. So does Hampton know about your Booker T. Washington?
I don't think they do.
You know his history at Hampton.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Well, I'll try to make the connection for you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's your goal for this year?
my goal for this year is completing this movie and making this movie a worldwide success. That's my major goal. Once the Divas Ball is over next month, my folks will be on producing that movie. And again, I say it's the first ever movie about Hattie McDaniel. There have been documentaries about Hattie McDaniel in other forms, but never a movie. But we were granted to do that in Houston, Texas. Also, I just heard when y'all was speaking, you were talking about photographers here in Houston. So does anyone know who Louise Martin was? Yes, you know. Tell me about Louise Martin. Well, she was the black photographer of Houston's black society in the 1940s through she died in 1991, 92. She was the historical photographer here in Black Houston. And all of the major functions in black society that came to Houston, Louise Martin took pictures. She was also the only African American, well, she was the official African American photographer of the Martin Luther King funeral. And the famous photos at the funeral are by Louise Martin. You see when Coretta Scott King with her children, Louise Martin took those photos. So, but she lived right down there by TSU, right down the street. Not far, but look her up, a very well-known African American photographer who has also been largely forgotten. If you don't know about photography or you're just a student of that, you wouldn't remember her. And a lot of her photos are stored in the art center where we perform most of our shows, the Midtown Art Center. A lot of those photos are in boxes there. A lot of her photos there. Yes, ma'am.
One more thing. As a mother of a black creative, I guess, what would you do to encourage young people, as well as maybe, at any age you can produce something. My mother wrote a book when she was 70. So what would you say to encourage people who are interested in the arts or have an artistic expression?
To never give up and to do it. Don't say I want to be in the arts. Just do it, because I didn't have a platform. First, I said, no, I've got to write my own things. Nobody else is going to produce it. I have to produce it myself. Do it yourself. Be encouraged to do it, and never give up. It's never too late. I pull people off the street to be in plays. I said, you look like you could be an actor. Come on and be in the show. I've done that. So it's about belief in yourself, wanting to do it. That's the first step. Wanting to do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. You can do anything. We can all do anything with the power of the man above. Yes.
Amen. Amen.
Any more questions? No?
Thank you.
So we could, the trivia question, so we can give away the hats.
Yes, we have 2 Vincent Victoria Presents hats. We'll give one female and one to a male. So, trivia question.
Wait, what one?
We'll do the female. We'll do the one for the female first. This is for ladies to answer. Who was the first African American actress to be nominated, not Best Supporting Actress, to be nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards? Best Actress. There you go. That's it right there. That's it. That's right. That's exactly right.
Say that louder.
There you go. You know your history. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right. So we'll keep it in the Academy Awards, and we'll keep it in the Academy Awards. So in 1972, for the first time, there were 2 African American actresses that were nominated for Best Actress. Name those 2. Name those 2. Or if you give me one, we'll take it. Give me one. 1972. There you go. That's right.
Diana Carroll.
No, you had it right. You had it right. It was Cecily Tyson and Diana Ross, 1972. For Lady Sings the Blues and for Sounder. And for, I'm sorry. Well, we're talking about divas anyway. So what happened here? We just moved a little slow.
Yeah, no, slow.
We're too slow, huh?
They're connected, just connected.
But anyway, everyone, you're welcome, you're welcome. So if you get a chance, we do encourage you to come, and there are group discounts to come see our shows, the Divas Ball. And if you go to their website now, the first weekend of shows at the match, they're only being sold at their website at the match. But on the second weekend, we're at Midtown Arts Center. All the shows are sold through my website, Vincent Victoria Presents. But definitely, you know, if you want somebody to be entertained, hear some good, really good singing, come on out, and a good story as well. The story is about 4 young people who want to be divas or think they're divas, and they're being schooled by the real thing. That's what that show is about. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for having us. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so let me just, I appreciate that presentation. And let me just say this. Let's support his production company. You know, Houston is a big city. We can have more than one, you know, everybody knows the ensemble. But I remember when we first got down here, Kevin and I, and some of the other folks, when the ensemble was just a small company. You know, and it's grown into be what it is. So let's support Mr. Victoria's ensemble, his production company, and see if we can't get him up to the next level, and maybe we'll have a special place in his heart, and he'll always remember.
This is a prayer for everybody in the world. 'Cause without you and without me, without love and harmony, without courage.